Hi, I'm Gerald Fourie, here from Infanta 4x4, Buffalo in Swellendam, Western Cape. I just want to introduce you guys today to the new 2023 model, the new version, long overdue, Enkulu 3. Right, so what I'd like to do is just quickly take you through the difference between the previous model and the 2023 improved model of the Enkulu 3. So the main difference that you've got is that it runs in the track of the vehicle. If you go off-roading, you'll know, the people that do off-roading will know that it's imperative that it does run in the same track, which the previous one didn't do exactly. So moving on from that, also the height of the caravan, it's a lot lower, and it's got an automated roof that lifts up horizontally, not on an angle like previous models of the caravans that we've done. Also, in order to make the caravan shorter and more compact, we had to make a couple of changes in order to create more space inside so that it doesn't feel like a cramped space. So what we've done is we've installed the slide out bed, which creates a lot more space on the inside. Also, from a functional perspective, we've made a couple of changes to this edition where we've put the air conditioner, for argument's sake, on the outside of the caravan. Reason for this being so that the noise is less inside, number one. And number two, for servicing purposes, if anything does go wrong, that it's easy to access it from the outside rather than being inside the caravan when we do any work on the caravan. We've also tried to do this with the water system and also the gas. Just a quick chat about the awning that we've installed on this model. It's the first caravan that we've got with a 360-degree awning that goes all the way around the actual caravan. The setup time is absolutely the same. There's no waste of time with that. It takes exactly the same time from when you stop till when you can pour your first whiskey. Right, I just want to quickly take you through the setup of the actual awning and also the time that it takes from start to finish. Just got 3 clips that you've got to loosen here. Simple as that, all set up. Okay, so the next part of the setup, which is probably the most important bit that you have to do, is to make sure your fridge is ready. So easy and simple, open up, slide out, and you're ready to go. Now this can take anything up to a 90 litre. On the inside you'll find, you can't really see it from this position, but in the inside you'll have your 12 volt and also your 220 plug points on the inside for the fridge. Moving over to the next compartment, this is where the microwave will be, and then there's storage here, and also underneath in here there's a bit more storage. Right, this is your kitchen area. As you can see, we put some sponges in here that you can cut to put various items in. This is just to stop it from moving around whilst you're driving. You've got your KDAC stove here with nifty little elastic bands to stop it from opening whilst you're driving. Up and ready to go. And on the inside, you've got these, which we call roadhouses, obviously due to the old roadhouses. Those of you who are old enough to know about those. One of them has got a little light on. And this part will pop in just above your wash-up area. And it's got a plug point right there. Setting up your wash-up is very simple and easy. You've got 2 little quick release buttons on the side. Pull out and that locks it so it doesn't go in or out again. Open this section up, which is for your drying rack. And underneath here, there's an additional storage space where I like to keep these items. There's your drying rack setup. And your 2 wash bowls. So it's a quick and easy setup with a tap that can swivel both sides for washing up, for rinsing, and then obviously you've got your drying rack on the side. Going around the front of the caravan, we've got a nose blanket here. It serves for more than one purpose. Obviously for stones that come up so it doesn't bounce off your caravan, hit your car, or damage your caravan itself. We've put 2 nifty little bags on the front here which you can use for whatever you want. Either put your grids in or whatever you feel like you can put in there. Then you've got your cover and your tire, your spare tire with all your bits and bobs inside. And on the front we've got the normal quick release. When you put it onto your car, you've got a little button at the bottom, you pull up, and when you wind it down again, it'll clip in. That way you know that it's hooked properly. One other addition that's different on this caravan than any other model that we've got, let's call it the bay view. So you've got a nice open sea view. When you get to the seaside, you can open this from the inside, and it opens up at a 90-degree, and it's got a canvas cover, which also has a mosquito netting, so you can keep the unwanted ones out. Right, coming around the side of the caravan, there's an extra storage compartment over here. As you can see, it's quite large. Right behind this, there's a gap that you can slide poles in as well. So you've got roughly about a 1.2 meter gap that you can put longer things inside as well. And moving around this side, this is your waste compartment. I think it's the only part of the caravan you don't have to lock. Nobody will take that. This comes loose just by lifting the orange handle up, and you pull it out for emptying it, and then once again you just slot it in. It clips in so it can't slide out, and easy to close. Right, moving on. To open your bed, you've got a little cover that you put on top of the bed. This stops dust. It also gives you a bit of insulation from the sun, and also helps with rain so you don't get water. Right, I don't know if you can notice, but it's got a wide and a narrow side. So before you open the bed up, you slot these 2 bits into the rope mold here. It's important to do it together, the top and the bottom part. There we go. There's that setup. 2 levers, push, lift and open. Same on this side. Okay, so then it's got one handle that you pull open till your canvas is tight, and it's got a locking mechanism underneath where you've just got to give it a quick lift and it blocks it so nobody can push the bed in whilst you're inside, and also braces it for your weight. To release this, underneath there's a little pole, so you just touch the pole and lift it, and then you can just push it back in again. There you go. Okay, just one of the other changes that we've made. At the back we've put a box with our aircon, and also the geyser and the water pump is also being fitted at the back of the caravan now. Reason for this is for all practical purposes. If something goes wrong with the aircon or the water pump or the geyser, then we don't have to go into your caravan to fix it. We can repair it from the outside. Everything is accessible. Also, if your water filter gets blocked up, then you can do it yourself. You can pop up, open here. You don't have to climb underneath a bed in order to get the filter out and clean it. It just makes it easier for everybody. This geyser, the difference between this geyser and the previous ones we've used on our previous model, is this one doesn't have a holding tank. Therefore, because the gas heats the water up, as the water runs through the system, you've always got hot water. It never runs out. So one of the problems that has occurred in the past with these gas geysers is that the wind becomes a problem and it blows out the flame. So what we've done to combat that problem is you can operate it on a windy day with a closed lid. All you've got to do is just open the hatch on top, and then there's an additional hatch at the bottom that can also open, so it lets air through but it reduces the wind flow. Right, so I just want to talk to you a bit about the general layout of the caravan on the inside. Obviously you've got your general seating area here where you can play board games or have some dinner with your friends. Over on the far side here, you've got your built-in shower, flushing toilet, wet room. Right behind that is your slide out bed, which is just open on the outside, aircon on the wall, and stacks of storage space all the way along the side. The only major change we've made on this model is we've moved the shower head. So it's a permanent fixture on the ceiling, and you can only do this on this model because we've got the extra height. As you can see, I stand up and it's extra 500 mil that you gain with this roof as opposed to the previous model. So it's a fixed head. It's a normal shower like you've got at home, and it showers over your whole body as opposed to be blowing water from the side. Okay, let me just explain to you how to dismantle the table. It's very simple. It's got two latches, one on each side. So you just pop the one latch on that side and pop the other latch on this side. Let the leg down, and this all just comes forward like that. That's that, job done. Of course, when you go camping, you need to make sure that you use every single space, every bit of space. So what we've done here is we've compacted the whole electrical system to fit in underneath here. That's your charging system, DC to DC, everything in one, in this small little corner right here. That way you can utilize the whole storage area underneath the bed as well. Your control units is all right next to the beds for quick and easy access. Right, just a bit more info on your display panel over here. You'll notice there's three little lights over there. From the top down, when your caravan is plugged in at a campsite on mains, the light will be highlighted on mains. As you move down, you'll see it says PV. This light will show when your solar panels are charging. So at night time, that light won't show even though you are on solar. If there's any fault somewhere on the system, this light will come on just to indicate that there is something wrong. This button over here, it says water pump. Obviously it is the water pump. It's just quick touch and your water pump will be on or off. You can also see when the light comes on and off whether it is on or off. At night time, you can select night mode. All that does is it switches the control panel's lights off so that it doesn't bother you at night. This is your main switch, so you can just switch everything in the caravan off by selecting this button. Moving over to the left again, you'll notice there's three blue lines over here. The one on the left that says fresh water is the one that's connected to your main water tank. These two are there for additional tanks that you can fit, which we don't do. And over on this side, your lights will show you what your battery status is. Red, obviously, it's low, and in the green, it's high. So as I've told you previously, we've got a horizontal lifting roof that lifts with electrical actuators. This is where you operate that. It's got a little button that says roof up and roof down, which is obvious. So you just hold the button in for down, or hold it up for up, and the roof will operate itself in that manner. Once your roof is fully elevated, it's a good idea to take this little manual pole that we've got and to always clip it in. There's one on each side of the roof, so you give the roof a bit of a bump, and that just takes the strain off of your jacks so the roof's weight doesn't constantly sit on them. Okay, you'll notice that there's a plug on this in this area here, in case you wanted to put a kettle or something here. Now, of course, if you want to make coffee or something inside, you need to be able to access the outside as well. And that's quite simple. You just open this area up here, and that'll allow you to access the outside. That way you can reach out and get your cups, coffee and whatnot without running outside in your wardrobe. Okay, so moving on, at the top here you'll see you've got various storage compartments for clothing and such, and at the back on this side here you've got a little vanity area for makeup and hair drying and whatnot. Right in the corner here we've got a newly dubbed name for this area. It used to be a wardrobe, now it's called a hangcase. Thank you, Yuri. If you go and have a look at some of our other videos, you might be able to find that clip. It is rather hilarious. Also, something that's very important is to have the right plug connections all over the caravan. You'll find that everywhere where you might need a plug, there's already been one installed. Right here by your working surface, inside your kitchen on both sides. Also around the bed, we're going to have two USB ports where you can just plug in and play your phones as well. You'll find that all our LED lights has either a white or an amber switch. to help with mosquitoes. Speaking of mosquitoes, you'll notice that the roof canvas and all the windows all the way around, including the bay window area in the front, is all already equipped with mosquito nets. Thank you guys for joining us for the chat about the new Enkulu 3. If there's any other questions you've got, please feel free to contact us at Infanta 4x4 in Beauvilliers, just outside of Swellendam on the N2. And come and have a look at the showroom and the caravans that we've got and the way that we build them.